So last week, the Air Force contacted me in Washington to talk about a challenge we're facing here at Scott Air Force Base. It's not unique to Scott nor to Illinois. It's nationwide. There's a fire suppressant foam that's used at airports all across the United States. It contains a chemical known as PFAS, which has health implications. We know that it is dangerous when it's concentrated, and we know that there's runoff from the use of this foam. So they went through a survey of this base, Scott Air Force Base, and found some evidence of groundwater contamination with this chemical. Now, I quickly add, it was not the drinking water source for this base or any community nearby. It was in a groundwater situation, and a fear that as it ran off, it would contaminate wells that had been dug either on the base or nearby. The Air Force, because of their concern about this, has decided to reach out to the surrounding communities and to go literally door to door where they know that the wells exist, and to notify the owners that they'd like to test the well water. Some of this well water we believe is used for agricultural purposes or some other purpose, but not usually for drinking water source. All of the surrounding communities here have their own municipal water source, which we believe is safe. It's not a concern at this moment. As we are doing across the United States, where we learn of this PFAS contamination, we take it seriously, we move in quickly, we move toward mitigation if necessary. And Colonel Meyer made it clear today that when it came to mitigation, if they found any evidence that suggested mitigation was necessary, the Air Force was going to move on it quickly. You're exactly right. There are some 5,000 different chemicals that fall into this category, and the sources are not just firefighting foam, but something as basic as Teflon skillets. That they use that type of a chemical for creating that product that many of us have in our homes and have for years. So we're looking at all the possible sources. We've started with this because there's a concentration of PFAS in this product. It's associated with the United States military, and so we heard about it first, and we're moving quickly. But we've got to start at the beginning, and the beginning is establishing the standard that we're going to be looking for. What is safe when it comes to PFAS contamination? We've received a health advisory from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency that anything 70 parts per trillion or less is safe. But when it comes to drinking water standards, that is still being investigated. We haven't even reached the number, if there is a number, if there's any tolerance when it comes to this. So we're at the earliest stages of identifying this as a challenge, and you're right to point out that the source could be, it could be in the environment from sources that many of us don't pay much attention to. This one is pretty obvious, and it's